I'm Craig Garber. I'm the author of How to Make Maximum Money with Minimum Customers. And I recently read a book that I wanted to tell you about because I found it really fascinating and extremely helpful in a number of different ways. And I've been an avid reader my whole life. I'm 48. I've probably been reading, 43, 44, 45 years. And the book is called The Big Leap. It's by a guy who's a psychologist or a psychiatrist, I believe, originally out of a small town just a little bit north of me. He grew up in, I think, Leesburg, Florida, a small southern type of town. And I believe he has a fairly big practice, and he's very well known out there now. And he lives in California, does a lot of work with his wife. And basically, The Big Leap is about, Gay has a theory, and he calls it the upper limit theory. And he basically says we all have an upper limit, myself obviously included. And that upper limit is the point where underneath the upper limit is what he refers to as our zone of excellence. Okay? Now, in the zone of excellence, it's a place, it's like a box. We all operate in the zone of excellence if you're good at what you do. It's the kind of place where you could sort of do what it is you do with your eyes closed without having any problems. And really, there's no stretching involved. Things are sort of on maintenance, and the stretching that you have is minimal. And what Gay says is the reason why we can't go from this zone of excellence to the zone of genius, which is above, is because there's an upper limit problem. And what he says is we all have stuff that when we push up forces us to come back down. And he goes into a number of theories why this happens, but basically from a common sense standpoint, and I encourage you to read his book. Again, it's called The Big Leap. It's just getting out of your comfort zone, and we all have stuff that creeps up and makes us feel awkward or insecure, or, it's resistance. Stephen Pressfield wrote a book a few years ago, which I talked about in Seductive Selling Newsletter, many years ago actually, and he talked about it as resistance pushing back. And so Gay spends a lot of time trying to talk about how to identify your upper limit and when you're coming up against it, and things to do to get past it. And in going through his book, he asked a series of questions, 3 of them which I want to talk about with you, that I found very cathartic and very, sort of cleansing for me. I've been sort of quiet for the last couple of years, 2.5 years, and I haven't released many products. And, frankly, I haven't known why. I've been on the edge of the fence. I've had some personal things going on. It's just been kind of a weird period of time for me. And I got a lot of clarity in going through Gay's book because of some questions that he asked. And then there's 4 questions, and I want to talk to you about 3 of them. And I encourage you to do these exercises for yourself. And I am guaranteeing you that with 100% certainty you're going to get a lot out of reading the book and going through these exercises. And here's the questions that he asked. He says, what do you do that doesn't seem like work? And what these questions are is these are questions designed to help you get out of your upper limit, okay? So what do you do, what work do you do that doesn't seem like work? So when I asked that question of myself, I had a few specific answers. Writing, I love writing. It comes very naturally to me. I enjoy it. I love teaching, and I like working with people in groups. I like helping people grow their businesses and overcome marketing obstacles, and I like doing that in a one-on-one scenario, okay? Second question that I want to talk about is, he says, in your work, what produces the highest ratio of abundance and satisfaction to the amount of time spent? And that's really simply, what do you do that gives you the highest ROI, return on your investment, for the time, effort, and energy you're putting into something? For me, that's publishing and working with people at a higher level in a contained situation where I'm helping them grow their business, okay? The amount of effort I put out there and the amount of energy comes back to me 100 times in that setting. I really enjoy it. I'm sort of at my peak. I'm on top of my game. I like the challenge. My mastermind group is closed now, and this isn't a pitch for a mastermind group, and nor is it going to evolve into a pitch for a mastermind group. But when it was open and when it was filled, I'd get up in the morning and go into the room and I'd be all keyed up because I got to be running on all 8 cylinders, man, because I got 10, 12 guys firing questions at me, boom, 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 all day long. And I loved that. And it was really rewarding energetically and financially. And the last question was, what is my unique ability? My unique ability for me personally in thinking this through is a few things. Number one, again, writing. And number two, I seem to have a good sixth sense to understanding the psychology of people in general. And I've been able to take that understanding and learn how to apply it in a business setting to things like generating leads, selling, converting people from prospects to clients, having an ongoing relationship with them, understanding what people are looking for and anticipating, and then being able to take advantage and leverage that. And when I say take advantage, giving and then getting something back, not taking advantage at someone else's expense, but taking advantage of an opportunity that's there to connect those two things. And that's my strength. Now, one thing I didn't hear in my own responses of any of these questions, or the fourth question that was there, was make products. And so what I'd like to do is sort of push and fulfill this destiny that seems to be calling me and get out there and do more speaking and run more workshops. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to be running a workshop. It's going to be a very reasonably priced workshop. I'd like to get as many people in there as I can just to start kind of Craig Garber coming back into the marketplace a little bit. And what I'd like to do is provide a workshop or a seminar or a small setting where I'm giving you guys as much as you need. Whatever work you in particular need, whatever you're looking out of me, what I'd like you to do is let me know by answering the survey that's right below this video. And if you'll be so kind to do that, I will in turn deliver one hell of a kick-ass workshop for you. Okay? And whether you attend the workshop or not, go buy Gay's book. It's a fantastic book, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. I appreciate your time. Thanks for listening, and I hope to meet you in my workshop in a couple of months.